Shout out Q. Shout out Q. Shout out Q. Shout out Q.
Coach Ben Bates joining me. Coach, first off, look at that first quarter, not what you want to see. But despite the loss, your team bouncing back in the second quarter, making a competitive basketball game. A lot of fight out of your team for what I saw out there, at least. Just take me through what you saw.
I mean, any time that you dig yourself a 20-2 run out of the gate, it doesn't really matter who we're playing. I mean, especially a good team like Millbrook, where you have to exert so much energy to get back into it. The kids fought, and I just told them possession by possession, especially in the second quarter, to try to get back into it. I could see at halftime a little bit we were exhausted, and if you look at the two games, I mean, it was the same thing at their place. They just kind of ran us out of the game in the third quarter. But I do think some guys played some more minutes tonight than they're used to playing. Some guys stepped up. We had a starter that, and I'm not making any excuses, but we had a starter that was at last minute, did not play based off of a lower body injury. but I felt like I probably, and it's tough when you play back-to-back nights, but I should have done a better job getting these guys prepared for tonight. Millbrook was definitely prepared, and I feel like we were underprepared, so that's on me.
Was that Ethan who was out then?
Ethan, yes.
How big of a loss was that? I mean, for you guys, I know he started against Hanley and contributed a lot of minutes there.
Yeah, I think he kind of took over the realm when Paul got sick. Paul was sick and missed. I think he missed 2 or 3 games, and Ethan stepped up, and and those minutes were his, and he's kind of run with them. Played pretty well last night. Actually put us in a place late last night to win the game when he went pretty much coast to coast with about 4 seconds. But if you look out there, we had guys in positions that they weren't expecting to play coming into the game. And we've worked on lately, pressure. You have Hanley Tuesday and you get Millbrook tonight and you get Hanley on again next Monday. We're going to see a lot of pressure. So we need to, if we can't handle it, we can't attack the sideline to get the ball up the floor. These are going to be the results. But, we fought, especially in the fourth quarter. We cut the lead to, I believe, 14 or 15 at one point, to make them make some other adjustments. But, the kids battled. It was a great environment. People showed up. We had a lot going on with senior night and those things. So, now that we can't practice or do anything tomorrow, it's a quick turnaround for Monday night. But we have to find a way to put this one behind us.
The press that Millbrook ran, how well do you think your players handled that in the second quarter when you had that lead?
Well, we because we attacked it, they actually pulled it. They got out of it. So I would say that we handled it pretty well. And I knew once we beat the pressure, I felt like we could score on them in the half court. And Ashby shot the ball extremely well in the second quarter. He's really grown into his role here. And I had a conversation even last night. I'm happy that he's wearing the blue and gold and not obviously the city school colors anymore. But I felt like we did a good job beating the press. Even in the fourth quarter when we cut the lead from 24 to 16, we hit the middle after we attacked the sideline, which is I think I spent 3 timeouts in the first quarter, explaining some of those things. But playing a game like we did last night, and it's an emotional win for us on the road to win by 1. To have to bounce back with things a little unorthodox with senior night and then us playing a little early. It wasn't the result that any of us were looking for. But, we made it a game. We gave people something to cheer for. I think people were on the edge of their seat at halftime. So,
and just off the court, honoring epilepsy awareness, and you have a manager on the team, Sammy Myers, just – getting an opportunity to honor those kids doing a Special Olympics basketball game and stuff outside of basketball. What is that like to be involved in the community like that in a sense?
Those things are way more important than any X and O I can draw up. Some of the publicity that I've actually received isn't about me. It's about our guys. They embrace Sammy. Sammy's mom is – and I shouldn't say mom. His parents are fantastic. They drive to Warren County, to Kettle Run, to our Christmas tournament in Berkeley Springs. He hasn't missed a thing. And he's just as much a part of our team than anyone else. And he does a great job keeping me at bay because anytime I want to go into the locker room and, have a gentleman's conversation, I look at him and in his eyes, we're all winners. And, it just – he really puts a smile on all of our faces, I think, at the end of the day. And that's what life's about. Life's about, not about going out and winning a basketball game, but, it's about making the impact to others. I actually even tried to speed up my halftime conversation so we could get out and watch, but I didn't know that the halftime game was already going to be over.
And I'm not sure if you saw, but I did see him make at least one bucket out there, and he was pretty excited about that.
Oh, Sammy loves to race and he loves to make baskets. Anytime we do film, any of those things, he wants to stay and shoot. And there's some days that I'll make the guy's condition until he makes a shot. And I think he misses intentionally because the guys get on him a little bit and then he'll make the next one. I do wish we could have, and more than Sammy. It's inclusive night to make sure that the community is aware of a lot bigger picture than just the 2 basketball games that are being played tonight.
And I know, obviously, this is a different sport entirely, but having the ring ceremony for the volleyball team as well, what is that like sort of supporting other members of James Wood Athletics in that sense?
Yeah, I think our spring sport or our fall sports had a good season. Football made the postseason. Obviously, volleyball is, they're a machine. Coach Patrick she's one of the best. So, it's hard coming into winter when we have to follow up that, obviously. But it's great for them to get the recognition for them to be able to get out there and in a big environment. Us playing our crosstown rival Millbrook, and the cool thing to me is, and I don't know if this was intentional or not, but two of the better powerhouse volleyball teams are us and Millbrook. So the Millbrook fans can watch our team celebrate 3 state championships in a row. So that's definitely cool, for the community as a whole.
Ben Bates, thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you guys.
Rylee Baker, congratulations on the big one against James Wood in the district. Take me through the first quarter. You went on that big run. The press early on in the game, where 4 out of your 5 were in their front court, causing them pressure. How does it feel like creating that pressure early on? That sort of, I would imagine that sort of tells people that you mean business and you're coming out making a statement early.
It's good because we went on a run and scored a lot of points, and then we just came on a run and scored a lot of points.
I think to start that third quarter, they brought it back in the second quarter and then start the third quarter. Something
we
like
went on a run, and then we came out after halftime and started hitting shots, and that's what got us in the game to win.
And
Sorry, go ahead.
was there sort of a message? Because I know James Wood came back into the game. It looked like you were sort of loosening up, but how do you sort of get back in that mindset and come out like that?
Time coach said we have to win this game in order to clinch playoffs, and that really helped us to go out there and compete and just win the game.
What was the mindset of the team? Obviously that message is there, but was there a lot of, build up in that halftime locker room to kind of get out and start?
We were really locked in, ready to go out the second half and just compete.
Just your performance overall looked like some fast break transitions off the steals in the first half. It looked like you put up some pretty good shots too. Just take me through your performance as an individual.
Yeah, so I was just looking to go get open layups for my team to get on the board, just some different ways to score than just shoot and stuff.
And I know coming out with a big win, obviously last time we saw you over there at Hanley, not the best, but just coming back, getting in the win column, what was that like?
It was good. It feels good to just start going on that streak and winning and just,
Obviously, you guys had a lot of success on defense with the press. Was that something you came into the game knowing that?
Yeah, we knew we were going to go out there pressing them, and because they can't really handle the ball like that, so we just came out there and pressed because they can't handle the ball pressure like that.
And do you like to continue, or is that on a game-by-game basis when you're running that press?
We do it like all games so we can run the score up and stuff like that.
Thanks for your time.
Of course.
Kai Arthur out there, congrats on the big one against James Wood. Just take me through what stood out to you. I know in that first half, heavy on the press. What was that like, just making that statement early on?
We went to the game knowing we wanted to press him a lot, put a lot of pressure on him, and I feel like we did that.
They had, I think, whatever that one run was to end the second quarter, and then I think you guys come out close to a 20-2 run to start that third. Just how big was that in getting the win?
That was huge. Yeah.
And talking to Rylee, the message at halftime seemed like there was a lot of build-up trying to get out there and start out hot. Did you feel that in the locker room?
Yeah, I feel like we weren't really playing our game, and we really stepped it up in the second half.
How huge is that knowing you have a bunch of teammates when James Wood goes on that run like that, that you can just get together, figure out what you have to do, and come out and actually perform on the court and get it done?
We know we can all score and play together, and I feel like we did that. We moved the ball a lot, and we got good shots.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Coach Erick Green, Sr., the big win over James Wood in the Northwestern District. Rylee was telling me, did you actually clinch the playoffs?
Don't want to say actually clinch. We're in a good position to finish third in that playoff race.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that up. So, you as a coach, it looked like you came out, you were hungry. You got out with that press. 4 of your 5 were in that front court. How huge is it early on to set that tone early in the game?
Well, that was the goal. We was going to come out, play with intensity. We knew it's senior night here, and we knew they was going to come out hungry. So we needed to match their intensity, which we did. We got them to throw the ball all around the court. We called some turnovers, got some easy baskets. Then we got a little complacent. They hit some shots and got back in the game, and we had to make some adjustments and finish the game off.
I mean, the press, was that something you knew you had an advantage with going into this game?
Yeah, we kind of, I kind of watched the game film, a lot of game film on them, and we knew that, we needed to change up the tempo, and they like to slow it down and control the tempo, so we would just constantly try to keep pressure on them and, change up after halftime, we change up our defensive scheme, and that seemed to be the difference.
Alluded to it there. I mean, that run to start the third quarter, I think it was close to 20-2. I mean, just how big was that and kind of recapturing the momentum?
But what we did was just pull the press off full court and just kind of three-quartered it and try to get them in trap zones. And we got Sean Rooks at the front of that. He got long arms, and, their guards are smaller, so it was difficult trying to get that pass over Sean or around Sean. And therefore, it caused a lot of turnovers.
And with that, too, obviously James Wood coming back in and you switch it up. But after you were getting in that rhythm again, getting a big lead, it looked like you brought it back on the full court press?
Yes, that's correct. Once we kind of picked it up, we just kept going after it. And then, like you said, when he calls a timeout, you change up defenses. It's just a coaching strategy that was used. And so it just kind of worked for us tonight.
And with that, too, obviously as a head coach, you don't want to see how well your team does and then James Wood getting back into it. But how proud are you at your guys for coming back in the third quarter and fighting so hard to recapture that with that big run he just alluded to and eventually coming out with this victory?
Well, that's one thing, man. Our coaching staff, we do a good job at halftime making adjustments, and we talk as a team, man, what needs to be done, what we see, what changes need to be made. And that's the key, man. We made some changes. The kids bought into it. They got their energy back up. They wanted to win. I told them at halftime, you lose this game, you'll probably get knocked out the playoffs. And so I think that was where the intensity rose, and we were able to, pick it up a little bit and take charge of the game.
Kyle Arthur was big in that run, especially in the third there. I mean, just how big was he tonight with his scoring ability?
Well, I don't think at times, Kyle really knows how good he is. I think he kind of, he plays to like his level, but he really has a high level, a high motor. He's a college basketball player. I said that from the first day. I took the job and had a chance to talk to him. He's at least a Division II basketball player, and he has a lot of skills, man. So we're just trying to get him to believe in himself and go out and get the job done.
What made you think that immediately when you saw him the first time that you had belief in him like that?
His energy level in practice and in games is just amazing. I mean, he has the speed. He plays aggressive. He can handle the ball. He can shoot it. He can get to the rim. He has the total package, but I think a lot of times he holds back and, gets in his head if he misses a shot or something, but that's just maturity. And, nobody wants to miss a shot, but you're going to, and I try to teach the kids that you're going to miss shots. It's going to happen, but you always believe the next one's coming. And, when he gets on a roll, I mean, for real, Kyle can average 20 points a night if he wanted to.
A game like this, Coach, you mentioned the playoffs, how you're set to be in a good position, but how do you sort of keep your players focused on the next game at task and focusing on finishing the season strong before you look at the playoffs?
Well, it was funny. Well, it wasn't funny at the time, but we played in Meridian, and we stunk up the place. Like, literally every single kid just didn't do good. And me as a coach, I didn't do well either. So, we went back to the drawing board and just kind of revamped some things, changed the lineups, and made some adjustments. And right now, it seems to be working, and we're going to stick to it.
Coach Erick Green, thank you so much.
You got it. Thank you. Thank you, guys.